not too often that you wake up from sleeping in your car and you look out the window and there's a glacier. Absolutely amazing. It's cold outside. It is currently, 29 degrees outside and 36 degrees inside. The windows are still icy. I have some really fun stuff planned for this video, really interesting stuff planned, but I'm in no rush to be out in the cold, so I'm just going to hang out here for another hour or two until the sun hits this campsite, and so I'll see you then. Also, real quick, this is something I haven't used in a couple of years, but I thought I'd pull it out. This is an electric kettle, and so I'm boiling a cup's worth of water. You can see it's at 79 degrees Celsius right now. And it takes about 20 minutes, half an hour to boil the water. It plugs into a 12-volt socket, so it's plugged into my Jackery down there. And I'm gonna have some tea and try to warm up. It's a couple hours later, it's 10:45 now. The sun has finally graced us with its presence. Some clouds have moved in a little bit. It's not quite as clear as it was this morning. That trend will continue throughout the day here. It's just going to get more and more cloudy, which is fine. We've had a couple days of great weather here. Let me give you a look at the vista and explain what the plan is today. I'm parked and camped right along the road right there, and I've come out onto this little promontory, this little peninsula that juts out a little bit into the valley. And here's the view. You can see a little bit of jumbled ice field right there, a little bit of jumbled glacier pieces down there. And then the meat of the glacier down here, huge crevasses. Very dramatic. Beautiful snow-covered peaks. And again, these clouds are all new. When I showed you the view first thing this morning, those weren't here. These peaks in this general area go up to about 7,500 feet. I'm at about 3,500 feet in elevation right now. Looking down the valley toward Hyder, Alaska, and toward the sea. Got some low cloud cover down that way. This camper pulled in late yesterday afternoon, and then this one just pulled up about 10 minutes ago. Amazing place, absolutely amazing. And so the plan for today is to go down to the glacier. I want to go explore it. I'm not gonna set off across it. That is not safe, that is not wise, but I want to go down to glacier level. And there are a couple ways to do that, and it's still cold, by the way. It's about 35 degrees, hence the down jacket and the hood and everything. There are a couple ways to get down there. There are a couple of roads, according to my map, that lead toward the bottom. I don't know how close to the glacier they get, but we can always, hike down a little bit if we need to. And I think one of them is actually a pretty decent road, because when I was flying the drone just now, below this green ridge here, so the road kind of goes parallel to the main road just below, so it goes down over this way. When I was flying the drone, I saw a Sprinter van parked off of that road, and so I figure if they can do it, if they can make it down that way, then I can. I don't know, again, they weren't all the way at the end of the road. That's, I think, down over here somewhere. But we'll give it a shot. This is the little side road that goes down that I just turned onto. From here on out, we're covering new territory for us. You know, I was gonna go across this section. I checked it out on foot, but looking at it from inside the car, it looks less appealing. So I think I'm gonna back up a little bit, park, and then we'll proceed on foot. I think the road only goes another half mile, so 10 minutes of hiking or so. Check this out. I'm right above this sort of large cliff, this large break in the glacier. So the glacier starts up here and flows mostly this way. But a little part of it is over here also. And it's just so broken in there. It just looks tortured. Also, I can hear a helicopter coming. Where is it? Let's see if we can spot it. Oh, it's way down there. That would be an amazing flight. But that just gives a sense of scale to the whole place, doesn't it? A tiny little helicopter, the pretty big helicopter flying very close to the glacier is just dwarfed by this thing. The helicopter turned up this valley over here to go look at this other glacier. I don't know. Oh yeah, and it's coming back out now. I just turned a corner and got a good look at the road ahead of me. It doesn't look like it really descends much farther. It just keeps going straight across the mountain. Kind of parallel and above to the glacier, but not going down to it. And so I think I'm just gonna go down. I don't know if I'll actually be able to make it. Like, this is pretty steep down here. But let's at least go to, I guess, over to this point or down here, and we'll get as close of a look as we can. Also, the clouds are moving in even more. It's cloudy now, the temperature dropped. Still a beautiful place though. Okay, I think this is actually doable. It's not gonna be pleasant, because again, look at the angle here. And it's like that on the entire side of the valley, but I'm not seeing any cliffs below me. And that's the main thing. I guess we'll give it a shot. I am gonna put the GoPro on my head to make filming easier here. Ooh, okay, well, let's see, we have a little bit of a drop off right here. But if I stick to the left a little bit more, go down this broad ridge, or maybe down over here, looks more doable. Still not especially pleasant, but doable. Almost there, guys. Wow. We did it. What a spectacular place. It took me about 45 minutes to get here from the car. The actual climbing down took about 35 minutes. Just unreal. And I don't know if I've even said the name of this glacier in this video. I did in the previous one, but this is the Salmon Glacier. And it is the 5th largest in Canada. And I read, I don't know if this is actually true or not, I read that this is the largest glacier in the world that you can drive to. And it's raining or snowing or something. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm seeing very faint little particles in the air. I am technically standing on the glacier. I'm like 10 feet in. I'm certainly not gonna go across the glacier. I have no interest in falling into a crevasse to my death, or even worse, falling into a crevasse, not dying from the fall and then freezing to death. That would be pretty brutal. But let me show you what I can see here. And you know, the view, this makes sense. The view isn't as good as up higher because the glacier, the bulk of the glacier, the mass here kind of blocks the view of a lot of the lower parts of the valley and of the upper parts of the glacier, but it's still amazing. Can you guys see that rain? It's definitely sprinkling a little bit, but it's interesting how the glacier is pockmarked with these boulders that have fallen from the slopes above. Given my firsthand experience of how loose that is, I'm not entirely surprised. Beautiful look at the snowy mountain across the way. And again, the glacier itself hides the upper part of the glacier, the head of the glacier up here, but I can clearly see, and also here, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it in the camera, but I can see and hear these waterfalls across the way, across the glacier. And then to the right, we have this amazing amalgamation, this mix of cloud and sky and snow and ice and earth and sun. Did I already say sun? Shining on the mountain over there. And then the valley over here. Here's what the surface of the glacier looks like up close. It's kind of been sculpted by the sun, and you know, it's interesting how there are lots of little rocks, little pebbles embedded in the surface, and those heat up in the sun. They heat up more than the ice and snow itself, and so they sink down more into the surface of the ice. They make these little mini pockets. And then there's this piece of a mine, an old piece of lumber with some big old nails, rusty nails sticking out of it. There's all kinds of mining activity along and above the glacier here. Then here's a look at the edge and kind of the underside of the glacier. You can see a little bit of that blue tinge the glaciers are famous for, especially down deep, down below. That deep blue glacial ice. And it is honest to goodness raining now, so I need to put my rain jacket on, and it'll be fun to climb back up this in the rain. Yeesh. It'll be fine. It'll just be unpleasant. And then, depending on the weather, I'm not entirely sure what the plan is next. I have some things in mind, but they're very weather dependent. So I'll get back to the car, assess the situation, and keep you guys posted. Okay, I made it back to the car without any issues. It was actually significantly easier going up than coming down. It's much more controlled, you know, you're not like sliding, and so yeah, I enjoyed it, no problems. And I want to show you what the plan is now. So I'm still at the place where I parked the car to go down to the glacier. From here you can see some of those mining buildings. It's this kind of thing that piece of wood with the nail down on the glacier came from. There must be some kind of road to get down there, but don't know where you would start. But anyway, earlier in the video, like at the start of the video, I pointed out the upper end of the right side of this glacier and these kind of ice boulders, ice towers. I think those would be really neat to see up close, and so that's where we're gonna go. Not entirely sure how to get there. I think I know on the map roughly where they are, because they're kind of at the bottom of the valley left by this glacier here. So there's this hanging glacier right there, small little side glacier, and the valley below it kind of empties out onto those ice boulders. And so I think by looking at the map on my phone at where that valley enters in this main valley, I think I can get to over there. There is a road that goes somewhere over here. I think I'll drive that road. It's an offshoot of the main road, and we'll see if we can get a little bit closer. And then again, we'll probably have to hike to get over to the boulders. And I just had lunch. I had cracked pepper and olive oil Triscuits with supremely spicy hummus. Pretty good, pretty good. We'll toss that back into the fridge, put our seatbelt on, and get rolling. That view is just amazing. Well, it was until these bushes obscured it. So cool. I just caught a glimpse over there. Yeah, I can see what I think is the road I'm gonna try to take. I don't know if the RAV4 can do it. I don't know how good of a road it is. Yeah. Guess we'll see. Okay, I think this is the road right here going off to the left. So far, so good. This trip has been a lot of work for the old RAV4. Lots of rocky roads, lots of mileage, obviously. She currently has, let's see, 202,858 miles. It's 40 degrees outside, and I've been averaging 24.6 miles on this trip. Pretty good. Let's see, I think I take this, yeah, take this road. Lots of fire rings out here. People have camped. Yeah, lots of free campsites in this area. Oh, this is not a road. This dead ends. I think I was supposed to take that left branch, but I don't know if that's a road the RAV4 can do. Let's get out and inspect a little bit. It looks narrow, but it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I've had this RAV4 since I think it was less than 50,000 miles. It was like 46 or 47 or 48. I bought it back in 2015, It is okay, this looks like the end of the road. This is a 2011 model. I've had it since 2015. Yeah, I cannot go up there, I don't think. I think we're gonna proceed on foot from here. First order of business here is to cross a couple of creeks. Let's see. I have waterproof boots, waterproof-ish. I still don't necessarily want to just wade across. Oh. Okay, success. At least with that first one. Now we have another one. Oh. There's a little culvert. There's a little bridge. That's convenient. It's still cold, still overcast, and getting more so as the day goes on. But at least it's not raining anymore. We gotta count our blessings here. Across the way we have the hanging glacier. It's sort of in an upper part with a lower part. And then in between, look at that waterfall cascading down from the glacier. That's gotta be at least a couple 100 feet high. And just a little bit farther up the road here, we can now see some of the ice boulders down there. I think this road that I'm following, this old mining road, so it kind of goes away, but then it loops back around and kind of switchbacks down. And so I think the road crosses below us here. The question is, do I cut straight over to it, or do I just follow the road down and take the easy way? Let's climb on top of this little rocky ridge here and see if we can get a better idea of what to do and where to go. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, so I don't think we want to go down here to this part of the jumbled glacier. We want to be like over here somewhere. And it started to rain again. After following the road a little bit more and then leaving it and hiking a little bit farther on, I think I'm basically on the wrong ridge. So you can see the main road right there, that horizontal line. I should have parked up there somewhere and then followed this ridge down and down and down over to here, either over there or off onto the other side. I don't know. Let's see. I think I am gonna descend down into this little valley and then go up to this ridge where I should be and see what it looks like. Luckily, the rain didn't last, but unfortunately, that ridge that I said I would get to and then I'd be able to view everything down below, that was like 3 ridges ago. I go to that ridge and then there's another one or two I need to negotiate, and I think this is about as far as I'm gonna go today. So there's the glacier with the waterfall, and I'm still not quite where I wanted to be. I want to be farther to the right more. I want to be like over here somewhere, because that's where these big ice boulders were sort of all by themselves, and it just looked very dramatic. Here there's a lot down here, and it's cool, but it's not quite the area that I was looking for. If we look at the phone here, That red line is the route that I've taken to get here. Let's see, it's been 1.1 miles in about an hour. I need to be more like up here. I need to be north of where I am. And so I think we're gonna call it a day right here. Basically, I'm just in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong area. It's fine though. I mean, you can't be mad with views like this of that big mountain, that big hulking peak with views of the glacier, that small hanging glacier, with the views of the big Salmon Glacier and beyond, the views of this sort of broken up old ice floe below me. It's still such a cool place. I don't realize how cold it still is until I stop moving, and then the chill hits me. It's a cold day, it is. But still, we've been lucky with the weather. We've had a little bit of rain, but nothing too crazy. It's been manageable. The clouds have been manageable, but I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna hike back to the car, obviously. I might spend another night in this area and then maybe leave tomorrow, or go back down into Alaska, go back into Hyder, Alaska, and camp down there tonight at a lower elevation where it's a little bit warmer, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it as I hike back to the car. But this is an amazing place. If you haven't been here, you should visit. You should do that drive up to the top, look out at the glacier. It's a pretty awe-inspiring sight. All right, I'll see you down the road somewhere. I wanted a campsite tonight that was a little bit different to the one I stayed at last night. So that was farther down the valley, right on the glacier, like overlooking the glacier, straight across basically. And apart from the glacier, the thing that has caught my eye over the past couple of days more than anything else is this huge mountain across the valley. And so I thought, why not find a campsite that takes it all in? And that's exactly what I've done. It's just a really impressive mountain. I don't think it even has a name on the map. At least not the map that I've got. I'm parked right here. You can see the edge of the glacier right there. We've got this river flowing into it. And then some old mining roads across the valley. And then the edge of another glacier right there. You can see some of the crevasses on it. And this is looking up. And I didn't realize it when I picked this spot, but I'm actually on top of a huge pile of tailings. So this whole thing right here, this is all like mine debris. You know, when you mine, when you make a mine, you have lots of little rocks you need to get rid of, and they dumped it right here. I didn't realize that till I was flying the drone. I'll put that footage of the tailings pile right here. And then I'm just off of the road. It's getting cold, the temperature is dropping, it's getting close to freezing already, and so we are gonna wrap this up so I can hop in the car and try to stay warm for the rest of the night. What a place. I feel very lucky that I was able to squeeze this trip in before the worst of fall and winter weather hits. I love it. I would stay here for another day or two exploring and adventuring, but from what I remember when I checked the weather forecast a few days ago, I haven't had cell service since then, but when I checked a few days ago, it was just rain for the next many, many days. If I happen to wake up in the morning and the weather is clear, then great. We might stick around another day and go on some more adventures, but I think this is gonna do it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.